Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and I'm on my quest for England. One of the things we have in England is a lot of footpaths, public bridleways, but sometimes they're situated in the most extraordinary places where they start, because here am I having to park my car on a road where there's no parking to access the footpath. So I don't know how you're supposed to get to these places, but never mind. Today I am in, well, I'm in this sort of Steyning area in West Sussex, where I've been fairly recently with the lovely Julia, and I'm on Wappingthorn Wood, and I'm just going to take a little walk through this wood, which is a very beautiful wood, I have to say. Never been here before. I don't think you can actually go into the wood, as in the main wood. You can just stick to the footpath, which is what I'm doing. First obstacle I've got is this tree. It's fallen across the path. Look at that, there's a little stream here, and you can see where it's just fallen down. So I'm just going to clamber over it. As much as I can. Oh, I managed to get across that all right. Lovely to see primroses out at the moment. And the other thing that filming in March, the other thing that's worth being aware of is wild garlic. I can't see any here, but I dare say in woods all over the place, the wild garlic is beginning to just poke up above the surface and produce a beautiful carpet everywhere. The one advantage, of course, of having to park your car in a very difficult place, or say the inaccessibility of a walk, is the likelihood that you're not going to see very many people on that walk. And at the moment, with the enforced self-isolation stuff, that's probably a good thing. This walk really just goes around the woodland, as I mentioned before. And what's fascinating here is you can see the bank, the woodland bank, which I don't know, might be 400 years old, which shows and delineates the ownership. It's not the easiest of stuff to walk on, this. Tracks, hundreds of tracks of deer along here. It's fenced off either side, this little pathway. It's like a corridor really, and I imagine if deer get out of the woodland, which seems to be some fir tree woodland to my left here, that the deer must move in quite a herd. Nobody around really using this pathway, and you can see from these tracks. At first I thought, oh, it was dogs, but no, they're very clearly deer tracks, dear little tracks they are. And you can imagine that if you were lucky enough and you were here stationary over a period of time, you would actually see them come through. Here, look, there's some very clear examples here. But they have no choice, because they can't get through the barbed wire, and they have to come down here. So you never know, might see some, but sadly they'll probably hear me talking to the camera. And also, I didn't bring my DSLR camera with a long lens to zoom in on them. I'm travelling very lightweight today. Getting out while we can is going to be so important for people, especially those that have recently either had their hours reduced or their work cancelled or are now unemployed and are having to self-isolate at home because of this current situation that we're in. I think people will just want to get out and enjoy something, the landscape, rather than the four walls of their house. And I'm hoping that, provided I can still do this, I can show people places near me and, with luck, carry on touring and show places around England. It is lovely at the moment, and of course we're coming into spring. Coming into spring is just such a delightful time, and maybe what this will do is will give people an appreciation of what we have here, and perhaps more people will come out into the countryside and actually rediscover it. Crossed over a little footbridge, and I'm now on the I guess the north side of the woodland. The path is actually just down here, but it's so swamped I've had to just come up a bit into this field. There's a lovely old barn behind me, and all around are the more footprints, teeming with the wild deer, but I can't see any at all, which is a shame. Coming back to where the footpath allegedly goes on the side of this woodland, and the fence here. Oh, you can see how boggy it is back down here. There's a little stream actually just beyond the trees to my left, but there's these wonderful, absolutely amazing oak trees all along here, and peppered in the big field on my right. It is just beautiful to go through this obviously old bit of land with these amazing trees, looking very sentinel, quietly guarding the footpath. And if I can get back down on the path, yeah, it looks a little clearer now down here and a bit more solid. But let's just look over the side here, and we can see this little stream cut in that flows round, and it seems to circumnavigate the wood. And actually, it's interesting, that's the end of the fir tree wood, which is quite dense, and there's nothing growing in there. And then beyond we get where the woodland has changed. I don't know if you can clearly see, but it looks like, I'm not sure what that is, whether it's chestnut or hazel, but it's certainly turned into a coppiced wood, I think, and something else is growing there on the other side. It's rather beautiful. This is a beautiful open field that I'm walking in, which is on the edge of this Wappingthorn woodland. Now I've come up to another footpath and a crossing point, which I will go over, crossing over a ditch, up over the stile by the footpath sign here. Clamber over. And a farm, I guess Wappingthorn farm in the distance up there. But lovely house. I mean, to live in the countryside in the spring and the summer and the autumn, perhaps on cold winter frosty days would be included in that list, must be just heaven. To be able to walk out and go and enjoy this is superb. In the distance, you won't see this, lots of rooks. I know the difference between rooks and crows. Lots of rooks flying over the hilltops, and I can hear them in the distance. I'm just too far away really to pick them up on the microphone. Just going to clamber over another stile here. And then there's another, a somewhat dangerous footbridge. The state of this, look at this. Let's see how sturdy that is. There we go. I got across. And if I carry on this walk, it will take me back to the road on the far side of where I parked the car, and basically you've got to walk ahead through this gate, down past the manor and so on. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to retrace my steps back to that stile that had the mysterious footpath. There are more footpaths here, and look, poacher watch area. Poachers will be prosecuted. I'm not doing any poaching, but I guess there's a lot of deer here, and that's maybe what they're worried about, I assume. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'm going to continue in my next video, so do tune in for that one, and we'll see. I don't know where that footpath goes, so that's just going to be an exploration in itself. Take care, thanks for watching, look after yourself, don't forget to become a patron, give me a thumbs up, I'll see you on the next one.